When I talk about having space in the body, I'm referring to the distance between having a thought that is very practiced and the body reacting. Have you ever noticed how your body reacts when someone insults you? And it cuts right to the core of your being because it is so sensitive. When someone insinuates that you are dumb or fat or incompetent, the fire lights up in the pit of your stomach and the pain cuts in like a knife. And before you realize what has happened, you are reacting and defending your ego as if it is in mortal danger. This can lead to very destructive behavior that can lead to violence, vengeful ambitions, resentment, and hate. When we are trying to defend ourselves, we are essentially trying to hurt others back. It all happens in the blink of an eye, and it is near impossible to stop it. Afterwards, you might regret reacting the way you did, but it doesn't mean that you can stop it. This is what Eckhart Tolle calls the pain body. It is like a living organism, and it reacts without thinking consciously. And when there is a time delay between the criticism that you hear and the reaction, this is what I call space in the body. When I had difficulty with extreme anxiety, I had no space between the situation or self-criticism and then the reaction. I would walk into a situation and my self-criticism would start like a whisper in my mind, and before I knew it, I was getting desperately nervous to the point of feeling sick. Some cases being completely unable to speak and just blanking out. I had no distance or space between that thought and the feeling of anxiety and panic. So essentially, I had no ability to use my conscious mind. If I had no ability to actually think when I was reacting to the stimulus because I was so panicked, then essentially I was powerless to do anything. It's the same when you are reacting to hurtful stimulus or embarrassing stimulus, etc. In the moment, there is not much you can do. The time between the stimulus and your reaction is so small that it is very, very difficult to change in that moment. So, how do we get that kind of change in the mind to create some time to react in a better way? This is where the power of the subconscious is so important. It is the subconscious that makes it near impossible to stop the reactions, because the subconscious is always learning ways to do things, and it has got most of our patterns that we have down to a fine art. Its whole job is to make us not have to think, because it does it for us. And it sees nothing wrong with it executing our behaviours instantly, because at some point in the past, we've actually decided that those reactions or behaviours are the best ones for us to use. It has already been decided. So think about that last bit very carefully. We have decided at some point that we should react that way. We have decided that. But why then do I react this way even though now I really don't want to behave this way anymore? I'm sure many of you have had this situation where you don't know why you're continuing to behave that way even though you no longer want to. The truth is, we are unconsciously reacting. The unconscious or subconscious means that we are not checking it anymore. And it's just happening like a program, totally unchecked and automated. In order to get that space back and decide how that reaction is going to go for ourselves, we need to relax and take a deep breath and think in a quiet moment, how would I like to react in reality? The subconscious is going to listen to our conscious mind when we are relaxed and making a clear decision. In the heat of battle, your consciousness doesn't have the power to influence anything. It just hands everything over to the subconscious. When we have those moments when we break down and cry and just want it all to end, we are sending a powerful message to the subconscious that enough really is enough. And because of this internal decision, the wheels start to turn slowly. Slowly at first, and then momentum picks up after we are emotionally engaging in the desired behavior. It will start to change. The emotion is key. A lot of times we try to avoid the emotions, but the emotions are actually there to try to process old behaviors out of our system. That's why they're there. It literally takes old ideas and chucks them out of the body. And emotions are the wheel that purifies and resets the old programs. And it works best when you are really engaged in a new idea. So then, the next time you're in that situation, there will be a small window of opportunity where your subconscious says, hang on, last time you wanted me to do something different. Are we running a new program now? But it's only a moment. And if you decide to think, yes, I want to change the way I did that, then you have to go with it really quick and say, yes, new behavior, yes, new behavior. And your conscious mind has that moment to decide. You can swoop in and say, yes, everything is fine here. No need to react the way you used to. And the subconscious will start running that new program. Okay, in this situation, we no longer react with anger or resentment, whatever it is. Then the relief and excitement of you seeing this new conscious awareness will literally begin planting new ideas and new programs in your mind. So the key to all this is creating a moment where you really have decided to change. When you are ready to change and take some time to pave a new way, there will be more space in the body and more room to decide how you would like to react.